Good afternoon and welcome to Matters Financial and Geopolitical, and thank you for stopping by. You know I have an evening program between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m. on Metropole TV, and it's a financial program. I like to think there's an appetite for that, and I give a big thank you to Sam Chapat of Jumia Kenya. He's the managing director. He told me he actually set up the African business in West Africa. And he took us through the IPO, the e-commerce opportunity in Africa, all points in between, including the rather hot debate about whether Jumia can call itself an African company as such, and we discussed that as well. So do have a listen. It's uploaded onto YouTube, and really thank you again to Sam. And do dial us up on 8 to 9 p.m. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what we're talking about, what we can change, what we can improve. All thoughts are welcome. Macro thoughts, my piece over the weekend was about the platform economy. And I was talking about how in Uber's prospectus, the word platform appears more than 700 times. Linguistic analysis, that's always a good one, and 700 times is off the charts. And as I said in my article, Uber is seriously ubiquitous, and I recall how it arrived here in Nairobi and made its Gladwellian level move. The tipping point is that magic moment when an idea, trend, or social behavior crosses a threshold, tips, and spreads like wildfire, and Uber did that. It was so disruptive, and it was just like a virus. And to that point, the new high-tech millennial crypto avocado economy exhibits viral wildfire and exponential non-linear characteristics, not unlike Ebola. I actually recommended a buy within certain parameters, so read the article on Uber. The punchline is this is the largest high-growth tech company that's going to the public markets. And indeed, that's the way to look at it. And I think those shares will pop meaningfully. Jumia Technologies, about which I was also writing, listed in New York, raised $196 million, and those shares popped as much as 75% on that Friday. I put out on my article over the weekend, I said buy it at Friday's closing price, and sure enough, it's gone up again. Essentially, people are looking at rising per capita incomes, an increasingly young and urban population, falling internet and data costs, surging mobile phone penetration. These favorable long-term trends underpin the rise of the African online consumer. Investors, I said, will look through the accumulated losses, seeing e-commerce penetration levels of 1% or less in Africa, and betting that Jumia can parlay its first mover advantage into something like a seriously meaningful head start. And that's why I said Jumia is higher beta than Uber, but on balance is a buy as well on Friday's closing price basis. I expect the African platform economies to be one of the richest and most rewarding of economies going forward. The S&P 500 is within 1% of a record high, but counterintuitively, this is the Achilles heel of President Trump. His constant badgering of the Fed, his constant reflection on the stock market essentially has tipped the balance in the tariff wars in favor of Xi Jinping, who understands that, gets that, and is beginning to appreciate how he can maneuver the markets in his favor. Euro dollar, everyone's suddenly gotten terribly bullish, I've noticed, and I for one am not. I agree with tactical charts. It looks like a continuation pattern, not a reversal. Last at 112.95. Like to see us back below 112, but I think we'll head that way.